considering that there's really nothing, there's kind of, it's an informal gathering. I would say that probably this is not maybe, it's not maybe what I was expecting, but hey, it's good. It's gone well so far. I just can't see all the people judging me around me. Some majors you can graduate and get a job, but a lot of majors, you go 4 years of suffering and misery, and then you find out halfway through or so, oh, by the way, you gotta do grad school. How do I feel? Well, definitely could have gone better. I don't think it was the worst case scenario. I think it's definitely not quite what I wanted it to be. No. But, you know, sometimes you do have to kind of take the L. You can't let it get you down. You know, you just use it as a learning experience for the next time and kind of take it as it is and I guess treat it like a funny story and hey, all right, it happens. You know. So my name is Ethan Ligon and I'm a linguistics major at North Texas. I guess I would describe my personality. I'm definitely an extrovert. You know, I enjoy being around people. I think the first time I did stand-up was back in, I was a freshman, it was 2016, so it was the spring. And that was back when I lived in Carrollton, and I was couch surfing in Denton on the weekends, because I don't have any friends down there. So I'd come up here and do that, and I was at a guy's friend's house, and he and his other 2 roommates were saying they were doing a house show in a few weeks, and I think I must have like joked about it or something originally, and he's like, dude, you could actually like, if we do this house show, you should totally do stand up there. I was like, okay, and I did it a couple weeks later, and it actually went really well. My type of stand up is more sort of the way I do it, it's more of a story where like you tell stories that all kind of run together, you know, and you just throw in punchlines and jokes in those instead of having it, you know, go joke by joke, but they're like all unrelated, if that makes sense. I think probably the thing that's always been harder for me would be like the transitions between different things that you're talking about. God, I hate this. I lost my train of thought.
I feel ya. I feel ya.
Yeah? Well, at least I don't have any crazy hecklers or something. Because sometimes you have to, like, link things that aren't always totally related to each other, and that's the harder part. But usually I like to keep mine as a sort of a long-running story, or like a series of stories that run together, if that makes sense. The biggest crowd I've gotten at a stand-up gig before. I haven't seen a bigger crowd before. Well, I was, 2 months old. My retina's detached. We found out later what had happened. We didn't for a while. We didn't know, probably years, we didn't know what the original cause was. We found out it was a genetic disorder, I think. It was some specific gene, but it's super, super rare, and my parents both had it, and so it basically, like, blindness is one of the main things, and so that's what we found out, but we didn't know for a while, so you can stick that on there, and then there, you use it to put it in. See, it's like this. There we go. Boom. Green eyes.
Photos, camera, man, clock, map, weather.
And if you want to like click on something, you just double tap on it. So if you like
weather,
double
Monday,
tap on it and
hourly
it'll just read
forecast.
what's on the
Now,
screen.
okay. Mostly cloudy, 72 degrees. Monday, thunderstorms, high 82, low 68.
And so that's how we do text and the phone and a bunch of homework stuff and, you know, pretty much all that. Sometimes there's only a few things that really get annoying. I think the biggest ones are like, oh, you must not know where you're going. So people like get very insistent on helping you like cross the street or whatever, and I'm like, I'm good. I've lived in this city for 20 years. I know where I'm going here. I don't know. I think when it comes to stupid questions, the only ones I ever would really consider stupid are just the flat out dumb ones. Like I have had a lot of people like, oh, so since you're blind, do you know sign language? I'm like, why would sign language do me any good at all? Or what's the other one? Okay, so do you speak Braille? Obviously not. You can't speak print either. You know. I've never gotten mad at anybody for making blind jokes on my behalf. Like, that's totally not a big deal. I got friends who do it a bunch, you know, obviously I do it, so it's totally not a big deal. There's a certain point, and you can rely on blind jokes a bit too much. For your stand-up, like, obviously you want to throw some in there, but, like, if you're doing it too much, it just looks like that's all you're doing. But no, definitely they'll make it in there. It's all a lot of it is, it's sort of observational. Like it's all stuff that's happened to me or that I've heard about or like that people can. That's why knowing your audience is so important because you got to know what people are going to be able to relate to. One of the things I don't totally understand Halloween parties. Now I guess the only way I could really understand it would be if it's college kids, and the reason I say that is because Halloween for college kids doesn't really mean let's go trick-or-treating and wear spooky costumes. It means, congratulations, you've been surviving on ramen and beer for a month and a half now. And, you know, like a good example is telling a bunch of jokes about college is going to work maybe at a house show where there's probably a lot of college kids, but it wouldn't work at like a bar where there's a bunch of old dudes drinking some beers. Because it's like, yeah, we already did that years ago, but I might keep doing it. I think if I did, it would probably just be a on the side thing. You know, maybe if I get good enough at it, I would. Yeah, it'd be fun. Well, as unfortunate as it is, this may have to be the end of it. And next time you can look for my Netflix special. It'll be out pretty soon. I'll be performing in New York City to a crowd of 35,000 people.